Good morning. We are working on transitioning back and forth from percents to decimals. So we want to spend a few minutes today giving you a quick lesson on how that's done. One of the things to remember is that number expressions can come to us in several different forms. When changing from decimals to percents or percents to decimals, one of the rules I follow and one of the tricks I use is to write the letters D and P down alphabetically. That will always tell me which direction I need to go. For instance, if I am using decimals to percents, then I am going to the right, and I always move 2 decimal places of moving and changing between decimals and percents to decimals. So going a decimal to percent, it's 2 places to the right. And then when changing from percents to decimals, I go in the other direction because D is before P and go to the left. And that's how I decide which way to go. Now looking at one of these, let's get started. 0.25 or 25 hundredths. All right, we can see we're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. Now our decimal point is here, and we can go over here and we can write 25. And now our next one's 51%. Now we're going from percent to decimal, so we're going to go to, as our guide tells us, from the right to the left. And so we take our decimal place, which we have to assume is right here, move it 2 places to the left, and we get 0.51. So we write that down, 0.51. Looking at 0.31 or 31 hundredths, we're going to move it 2 places again to the right, get a 3-1 and a point. We're just going to write down 31%. And then 99%, we have to assume the decimal is right here, move it 2 places to the left, and we get 0.99 or 99 hundredths. What if we got this hybrid fella here? 1.25. Again, we just have to follow that same rule. We're changing from a percent decimal to a percent, and that means 2 places to the right. Now our percentage is greater than 100%, and it's 125%. Now just a quick word about changing into fractions. If you look over here at this little drawing here, percent means per 100. And somehow or another we got from percent to per 100 to this little emblem right here. And you can see there's a zeros here and that. And so that line means per, so it is fine. That helps us understand where that came from. Now let's look at our fractions. If we can read these, we can write a fraction for it. So this is 25 hundredths. So that makes it an easy fraction, 25 hundredths. All right, this one is 51 hundredths. So it's 51 over 100, or 51 per 100, or 51%. This one is 31 hundredths. So we just write 31 over 100. And this one is 99 hundredths. Almost a whole, 99 over 100. And this one is greater than 100, so it's 1 25 hundredths, or 125 hundredths. So study that for a little bit. Hopefully that can help you. That's just one of the little tricks I use. Decimals to percents, just write the letters down alphabetically. Remember, you're moving 2 decimal places, and you'll always be able to change decimals to percents and percents to decimals. Thank you.